Welcome back to Behind the Scenes at the Hanover Theater. This is Lisa Condit, and I am very excited to be in the studio right now with two of our cast members from the Hanover Theater's Youth Summer Program production of Oklahoma. Welcome. Introduce yourselves. Tell us about yourselves. Tell us what role you have. And by the way, everybody, they're very cute teenagers. One boy, one girl, and they are wearing their costumes right now. So, welcome.
I'm AJ Teixeira, and say my role. I play girl, which isn't very big, and I go to Burncoat High School.
What grade are you in?
I'm going to be a junior this year.
And have you done the youth summer program before?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
What production was that? Do you remember?
Guys and Dolls.
Guys and Dolls. That was a fun one. Mm-hmm. And are you enjoying Oklahoma?
Yeah, it's so much fun. Everyone's so great to work with. So
that's great. And now you did mention it's not a very big role, but when you say it's not a very big role, does that mean you're not on the stage very much, or are you on the stage? What kind of role are we talking about?
Well, it's not a main role, but there are no small parts really, so only small actors. So I guess you kind of just have to work with what you have. And
that's right.
Yeah.
And you know what? I actually know somebody very well who's in the cast, and they are not a main role either, but they love doing this program year after year because of the programming in the morning with the singing and the dancing and the acting workshops. And she loves meeting all of the other teenagers that are also interested in theater and has a great time. And how about you?
I'm Sam Keith. I'm playing the role of Judd Fry. I just graduated from Luther Burbank Middle School, and I'm going to Neshoba Regional High School.
Ah, good for you. And so tell us about the show. What is Oklahoma about?
Oklahoma's about Curly and Lori, living in Oklahoma, obviously. But Oklahoma hasn't developed as a state yet. It's still a territory. So life has been going really slow. There's not much going on. And a conflict arises when Lori asks Judd Fry, my role, to go to a social that's taking place at night in Oklahoma. And Curly obviously wanted to go with Lori, but he's too stubborn to admit it, and so is she. And that's sort of how the conflict arises.
Oh, so it sounds like a love triangle.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pre-Oklahoma becoming a state. And so I love the fact that we have both a boy and a girl, or excuse me, a young man and young woman representing the cast. What is it like for young men versus young women to be involved with the youth summer program? Let's start with you.
Well, the key difference is really the dance classes, I'd have to say, is you've got a bunch of girls who are trained in dance, and they're all a lot more casual about doing that. But guys, Jennifer Agbe, the woman who's doing choreography, really helps the guys out with just being more expressive and really learning the basics of musical theater dance.
Oh, I love Jen. Mm-hmm. She's also the director of Ballet Arts Worcester. She's been our choreographer from the beginning of the youth summer program. So what are some of the tips that she gives you to relax and get into it?
We've been really working on making sure that our movements are registering to the back of the theater so that if someone's sitting way in the back up in a mezzanine seat, they can see what we're doing because they can't pick up on our faces. So our body language has to hit the back of the theater, basically.
That's great. And AJ, how about you?
Obviously, the differences are probably between, like, vocal-wise, too. Girls are, like, way higher up. And Colin, the music director, and his assistants do a really good job with helping, like, the girls, like, figure out, like, how they can use their voices to, like, carry out the tunes, like, further out into the audience. And the boys sound really good, too, so...
That's great. It's so interesting because I just got some feedback from another mom. It was the mother of a boy in the cast, and she said what she had heard from her son, which was really nice, is you guys were all in a dance class earlier this week or last week, and everybody was trying to learn the steps, and he looked out and he saw that everybody was focused on learning the dance. There was nobody making fun of anybody, nobody feeling goofy. Everybody was really just working really hard. And so, and my daughter says is everybody is so nice, which is nice, not to use the word nice 5 times in one sentence, but it's great to just be in an environment where you have quality instruction, you're working towards a show at the end. And so the last performance is today at 2 p.m. If you have the afternoon free, I highly suggest that you go and you check it out at thehanovertheater.org. tickets are really reasonably priced, so you can bring the whole family. We do have a second session that's starting next week. And again, this is a 3-week intensive program that culminates with 3 performances of Oklahoma. So if you miss it today, different cast, but same musical in 3 weeks, which is a good thing to keep in mind. Anything either one of you would like to say to somebody who either had never really thought about taking theater camp? Have both of you done theater camps before? I know AJ said she had. How about you, Sam?
I did it last year when we did Legally Blonde.
Oh, and that was fun,
That
too,
was fun,
huh?
yeah.
So how would you guys compare Legally Blonde or the other show
Guys
to...
and Dolls.
Yeah, Guys and Dolls, to a show like Oklahoma?
Obviously, like Legally Blonde's really different from Oklahoma because it's a more modern musical, and Guys and Dolls is kind of isn't as new. It probably came out like I don't know when, but it takes place in like the 40s. But the dance numbers and like the way the characters move and how they act are really different. So it's kind of interesting to see how like history is like panning out through like musicals and how everyone is able to like act and like bring the character to life.
And how about you, Sam?
The key difference for me between Oklahoma and Legally Blonde is, since Legally Blonde is a more modern musical, it caters towards men with higher voices, like tenor parts. Last year when I did it, I ended up with a featured role because my voice is too low to really do any modern musical theater. So having an opportunity to do a classic like Oklahoma, as in most Rodgers and Hammerstein musicals, they offer a role for the bass, and in this case it was a really good role, Judd Fry. And
Yeah.
I've been having a much better time doing a classical musical just because I have the ability to sing more.
I think that's great. And you raise a good point where sometimes it's the unexpected and the older, more traditional musicals that just give you a whole new opportunity that you might not have experienced before. Do both of you do theater outside of the youth summer program?
Yes, I've done theater at my middle school for 3 years, and I'm going to be doing it in high school.
Awesome. And how about you?
I've done musicals before. I don't really do them too much at school, only because I have like other things going on. But I'm really trying to like branch out some more, and I have a couple auditions coming up this month, so it'll be fun.
Well, break a leg. Break a leg. And so do you feel like this has helped you prepare for your auditions?
Definitely. My audition for Oklahoma wasn't really that great, so I've kind of been able to like learn how like the mistakes that I made for the audition for Oklahoma and how like to fix them and hopefully present myself in a better like standpoint for when I do like a bigger musical later on.
Well, it's all about practice. Practice makes perfect. And we don't get better until we make mistakes and we learn from them. So I'm really glad to hear that that's helping to prepare you. And I wish you both a lot of luck in your future theatrical endeavors. And I can't wait to see you on the stage at the Hanover Theater. Again, if you're interested in tickets, you can stop by the box office. The performance is at 2 p.m. or you can go onto our website, thehanovertheater.org. So we'll see you all at the theater. Thank you, AJ and Sam.